to get him also. It's a long ball forward, and that's picked up easily by the Lions of Teranga. Mark Phillips, Aruna Diouf. All averted. Picked up instantly. Hermat. Khalid Baba. Through the center. Was Bass. Anas gets the ball back to Luadini. Luadini. Back to Bass. Gets the ball forward. This is nice pickup from Ogrini. Sets the ball onto the front foot. Appeals for the offside. Ball laced in. Osama Lanilui was the intended target. A split second later, and he would have had his mark. It's brilliant offensive display here by the Atlas Lions. Appeals for offside. The replay does seem to signal that they probably had straight off. But Senegal not starting on occasion, dropping back and having to defend for dear life. And now it's a corner for the Atlas Lions. Ogrini, Sabri is doing brilliant one-touch layoffs there, setting his team on the front foot. Will now be tasked with delivering the corner. Whips it in. That's headed clear. Go over the line here for a throw-in. Quick restart to Bolaksut. Looking to carve into the center of the park. That's averted from the moment, and this is Cisse going forward. He has a hold of 4 players all around him. Looks to go back for support, and that ball finds its way back to him, and that's a trip and a free kick. Oh, very clumsy there from Marwan Luadini. Just to give away a free kick right at the edge of the box area, stuck out a foot. The referee left with no option than to award a free kick here in a very potentially promising area for the Lions of Teranga. Now, they do know just how dangerous it can be to give away set pieces. It's been their soft underbelly so far in this game. Need to do a lot more to make sure that they do not invite unneeded pressure on themselves. Options here for delivery. Moussa Cisse and Libase Gaye stepping up to the plate. Going straight for strike, but that ball is averted here by the defense. Tense moments here for Tarek Sektiwi. Suleiman Diallo is not any more comfortable than his counterpart. But for the moment, we'll take solace in the fact that it's his team that are on the attack. Corner averted. Straight shot, and that might just have hit the hands. Well, that might just have hit the arms of Lamloui. Sorry, that is of Marwan Luadini. Seemed to have had his hands right on his chest, and quite the spectacle it is. Referee affirmative that nothing will count from that instance, to the disbelief of the Senegalese players here. The ball goes over the line here for a throw-in. It's a game of very fine margins, and strict interpretation of the law will have to be applied. Throw in for Senegal. Some anxiety building on the bench of the Atlas Lions. There's a chance to put a good throw into that final third. Douadaba. Ball is averted. Ultimately thumped clear. Senegal making a telling impact in the final third of Morocco. By Asane Sis. Back to Mark Phillips, Diouf. Goes searching, lengthy ball. And that's a missed clearance, and Cisse is onside, and that's a challenge. And the referee will brandish a card. The referee brandishes a straight red. Oh my word, it's all come unhinged right here. Marwan Luadini missing his clearance and fouling in the same sequence. The Atlas Lions just might find that they have been reduced to 10 men very early in the second half. We have the opportunity to have another look at that. A failed clearance, and the counter-attack was on. The strap was sprung. Chuck missing his clearance. Cisse knew exactly where he needed to be. And in the end, Marwan Luadini hoped that it would be a body charge. But he was the last man. And the referee affirmative on his mark. It's a free kick at the edge of the box area. And a straight red card to the player that's just returned from suspension. The excitement palpable. Senegal sensed the opportunity here for themselves. Sektui and the rest of the players on the bench, it was a harbinger of hard times up ahead. And Luadini earlier on managed to get away with an instance where many thought probably he had handled the ball in the box area. This time it was as clear as daylight. Contact was made with the last man. His teammates still pleading his case. Well, this was the sequence where there was a potential penalty. His hands were finding their way to their chest. Was given the benefit of doubt by referee. Well, to be honest, it was a very quickly traveling ball. This time, referee will not offer any clemency. And if there is to be any, it would have to come from the video assistant referee. And clemency, it just might be, as referee Jelly Alfred Shavani now trots to the video assistant referee monitor. Might have to make another examination of the situation for Senegal. What they might have earned as an advantage could be quickly cut out. Another look at the coming together there. Now they were colliding, and the question is, was there enough impact? Now, there'll be questions on the direction that was intended by Luadini as well as Cisse. That's point of impact that the referee wants to assess here. Having it into a split to assess how we got to that situation. The missed clearance coming together there. Was there enough contact? Remains the key question. Suspended animation from the stadium and for the multitudes all around the world that are watching the numerous runs of the replay. Now the referee will have to make his decision. A bit of a discussion with the team in the VAR room. It takes an extra moment to step back and once again look at it before the decision is made. Now the check is complete. The verdict awaits as Jelly Alfred Shavani returns onto the pitch. He insists that it will be reduced to a yellow card offense. Marwan Luadini still guilty of infringement, but not enough to get him sent off the pitch. the numerical disadvantage has been cancelled out. They'll still have a set piece to defend against. But how many lives will this cat have? That was as narrow a margin as it could come from the numerous replays on the video assistant referee. Well, they now to tighten it up. They'll have to tighten it up. Quite nearly putting themselves in a huge position of disadvantage. Vindicated, Marwan Luadini. Now they have a set piece to take care of. I best believe Ise Gaye will be one that will hope they can make a thwarting out of this one. So free kick it is. Morocco piling all players into that final box area, right at the 6-yard spot. Khalid Baba will take on the lumberjack role. It's a free kick, could go for straight shots, and the goalkeeper was all the alert to the danger. It was an instant strike, and he managed to power that away. Brilliantly executed free kick that was definitely heading for the top corner, but Al Hara just knew exactly what had to be done and palmed the ball away from its intended target to keep the score at 1-1. There's a player that was limping, a player that was on the ground, and it was Osama Amiloui. Now they have to defend the corner. Corner kick. Doesn't clear the first line of defense. Have another bite of the cherry. Gaye. Wasn't a very good corner, but he'll have a chance to make amends. Hara urging his team to stay switched on in the defensive unit. This wide-eyed amazement from the bench of Morocco. It all tells quite a bit of the story of what's been the start of a frantic second half. Senegal looking to pile on the pressure. Ball headed away. Looking for control here, but just seems to elude them. And then finally looking to set themselves on the front foot. Showing too much of that ball to Daudaba. Plays it back to the goalkeeper, Mark Phillips Diouf. Goalkeeper of the Lions of Teranga. As we have 1 hour of action played, still Morocco 1, Senegal 1. Hermat, nice play out onto the flank there from Khalid Baba. Loses possession. It's back to the goalkeeper. Youth clears his lines. Long ball forward. Hermat. Through the center of the park. Koite. Omaba holding on to that ball. This is good play from Gaye. Tries to sneak in Joseph Layose. Running out of space and couldn't fashion out any opportunity in that sequence. Both benches wearing very anxious looks, knowing that at any one point they might be called upon to make their mark on the game. Substitutes already warming up here. Ayub Khairi was the man that did take the place of Luadini in the previous match when he was suspended. Now he's warming up and looks like a switch might be imminent. To the flank, Koite. Good pick up here from Cissé. And this is Moussa Cissé, takes a big shot. That's cannoning off one of the defenders and heads out for another corner. Corner kick. Once again here for Senegal. Looking to make that late run into the 6-yard box. And it comes through. They make contact, but that's easy for the goalkeeper to pick up. Several blasts of the whistle here will signal the referee that from the referee to signal he expects Luadini to get back to his feet. Not much in there. El Mehdi Al-Hara has had a very good showing as Senegal have attempted the last 5 shots in this game. The last attempt at a shot for Morocco was taken by Anas Bash in the 40th minute. But they need to up the ante. Substitution set to be made here. Just another look at the saves that Al-Hara has had to make. That was in the first half from the boot of Cissé. And then Yose in the second half from the set piece. Once again forcing a fine save from Al-Hara. There's a change in personnel. So substitution it is. Khalid Baba is one of the players that gets to exit the game. The other is Mehdi Chakchak, the man that missed his clearance and almost led to a very, very volatile situation at the back. So in their places there, there'll be a couple of chances there, and it's Salah Eddin who comes on, as will Ayub Khairi, who was warming up earlier on, so coming in to take his place on the game. Salah Eddin Eraouli, an attacker there that plays for Olympique Club de Safi in Morocco. Definitely had quite the cameos, accumulated about 57 minutes in this tournament so far from the 2 games that he has been brought on. They'll attempt to try and get themselves a bit onto the front foot of the attack, as Senegal have attempted 9 shots in this match, quite higher than their usual average of about 8.2. Crossing back into the defense as now they look to neat from the back. Osama Lamiloui plays it to the flank. Mary. Yusuf Mary plays it forward. Ulaksut. There's a clipping at his ankles and definitely will catch the attention of the referee. Free kick for Morocco. Free kick for Morocco. Played in quick. First time header. Goalkeeper with a fine save. But that might have come at a very costly price for Mark Phillips Diouf. Well, that was traveling. A brush off of a header. The goalkeeper doing enough, flying in. No thought of his own personal safety. Put the ball out for a corner. Might have had a run-in with the steel of the pole. Oof. Oh, looks very painful to watch. Brilliant rush of the header from Yusuf Mary. Quite easily could have counted as goal number 2. Hopefully he will be well enough to carry on with the rest of the game. Magnificent saves that the goalkeepers have put to the fore many times. Very decisive in tournament football. Looks like he'll be good enough to continue. The fans cheering on and trying to get the mood riled up here As a corner delivered, cleared away. Senegal now finding themselves having to defend. They've been on the receiving end more, now looking to flex their own. Setting it up. Lamilue tries to just shimmy that ball into the into the box area, and just couldn't get past the forest of legs that were right in front of him. Keeper clearing his lines. Bit of a coming together. Referee says carry on with the play. Out to the flank. Bellamari has support. Coming in here. Now that's a long ball front for Mary Yusuf to the box area. He has support. A chance here. Teased up far end. Shot comes in. And it's not on target. Oh, Ayub Khairi could have covered himself with immortal glory in that moment. 20 minutes to go. That surely would have been lights out. Very, very unlucky. It's a brilliant attempt. And a well struck out team move. Just moving the ball and looking to fashion out a chance. Had to make the goalkeeper work. Had to hit the target in the bare list. That's more like it from the Atlas Lions. This came on as a substitute, Ayub Khairi. And that plays for RS Bekane. Had 2 stints off the bench. As a long ball threaded in. This is Luadini. Chested down, 20 minutes left to play in this half. Moussa Cissé. 61.2 possession here for the Atlas Lions. 38.8 for the Lions of Teranga from Senegal. Senegal upping the ante with a couple of shots in the beginning of the second half. Morocco now look like they are set to get back into the saddle as well. On the attack. This is Mogrini, tries to get the ball up front. Anxious looks from the fans of Morocco who are in attendance here. As there'll be another change in personnel for Senegal. Cleared away. Sachi. Cissé trying to get that ball past the line of defense. There's a throw. It's in favor of Morocco, to the dismay of Souleymane Diallo. Just trying to ascertain who the final touch came off. Looks like it actually came off Luadini. An introduction of Babakar Sarr. For the moment, Morocco out to defend, and there was a bit of coming together. Luadini with no thoughts for his own safety as well. He's diving headlong there to make the interception. Two players committed to the ball. The clash inevitable. Poor clearance it was, and he had to step in to clear his mess. Marwan Luadini. Finger coming together and literally knocking the legs away from Moussa Cissé. Both players on the ground will require some medical attention before the game can resume. 72 minutes of the game played. Morocco 1, Senegal 1. Into Senegal's territory. So we get another glance at the moments that led to the goals. Layose Joseph just rising in, and rightly so, paying homage to Gaye, who was the provider. And that was shortly before another magnificent strike from the boot of Bogrini. did bring back the Atlas Lions into this contest. And that's been all the goal action so far. 73 minutes. Might be a double substitution in the offing. Abubakar Sarr about to get into the game. The coach has been quite animated. The highs, the lows, the thrills and the chills that they've experienced. It's been the game that's demanded for a lot of mental aptitude. Insaboye is another who might be thrown in just a couple of minutes. The game gets to restart. Long ball. Cleared away, and the referee once again signals for infringement from Osama Lamilui. Well, he's not had the game go his way, this particular one. One of those players you don't want to take an eye off. Need just half a chance. It could prove to be very decisive. Long ball. Just not sure how to deal with that. Anas Bash just taps that out. Throw in taken quick. Now brought under their spell. Kari, Ayub. To the defense. Belamari. That was now to Luadini. Morocco. Structured play it is through the center of the park, and they continue to advance in acres of space. Could be Erahuli. Played through, looking for the net 1-2, opening up space, foiled clearance, but it does enough to avert the danger. Not yet out of the woods, cut back in, center of the park, hacked clear. And Senegal live to die another day. For the moment, 15 minutes left to play. Luadini to the flank. Very neat back heel. Getting it onto the front foot and set on the offensive once again. The cutback is good. The defense is there. Mogrini opts to cross the ball this time. Edge of the box. Teased up. Now driving into the box area. Tries to fashion out a cross, but well smothered out here by Layose. Senegal defending for dear life here. Manning the barricades pretty well. Cissé goes into an extended run up front. Doesn't have a lot of support and will gladly take the throw. That was very good showing from Morocco. Opportunity that could have quite easily fashioned out the chance they needed. The Atlas Lions continue to believe. Take another look at that sequence. Laksut combining well with Mary. Timely intervention, doing just enough. Might have been a miscued clearance, but in the end served the purpose of the Lions of Teranga. It's a substitution, end of the game of Koite, the only player that was part of the squad that lifted this trophy in Algeria in the last edition. Will take his place off, as will their speedster Lebase Gaye, coming off. In their places, Abubakar Sarr and Insa Boye will now be thrown into the game. Throw in from Dauda Ba. There's a short pass here. Now they'll have to use Omar Ba to extensive use. Well, the goalkeeper misjudged the trajectory of that ball and nearly paid a very heavy price there. Fortunately, it wasn't on the mark. That would have been an instant impact from Abubakar Sarr. Just managed to get the head onto the ball. Wasn't on target, but narrow escape here for Morocco. He hasn't made a lot of mistakes in this game. El Mehdi Al-Hara. He needs to really reflect on how he needs to pick up those balls from such situations. Hefty clearance to the center of the park. Morocco looking to settle themselves into the game. Just looking to make an impact of their own. Want to pass that ball around, rolling it back and forth. Now back to the goalkeeper. Al-Harar searching options available. Twisting one way, Senegal. Snatching possession, Moussa Cissé has a passion for long distance shots. Omar Ba scored the goal in the quarterfinal that got them to the semis. So this one will not be one that he wants to reflect upon. Not on target, just didn't strike that cleanly enough. 78 minutes, barely 11 minutes left to play. And a couple of heads on the bench will now begin to wonder if extra time is not a looming possibility. Al-Harar taking his time here to make the clearance. It's a long ball forward, now intense pressure. Referee judges there was enough contact from Yusuf Mary to warrant a free kick here for Senegal. There's a touch and a tug on the shot of Joseph Layose, and that's a free kick here for Senegal. Free kick taken by Mark Phillips. Youf losing out on possession here now, looking to accelerate. This is good play from Cissé. Sets it back for Omar Ba. First time cross. Swatted away. The well-executed header. Douda Ba. Twisting one way, then the other, still retaining possession. Is it back? That defense over Asane Sis and Mbaye Diaye. Back to the captain, Mbaye Asane Sis. Launches a long searching ball. That's a foul. The free kick awarded here to Morocco. Heaving and panting from his exertions, Marwan Louadini has been right at the heart of almost everything in this game. With 10 minutes left to play now. Clean break. Erahouli doesn't have a lot of support, but does have the pace to burn. He's fresh onto the pitch. A twist, a turn, trying to fashion out a cross. Support wasn't forthcoming. Hermat Mohamed dispossessed of the ball. Counter-attack is on. This is Insa. Boye loses possession. Hermat, the skipper, sends it to Erahouli of Morocco. Gets into space. Can he pick the cross? Goalkeeper. For a moment there, thought that might be heading for the far post, but just went wide away. Now have to really put their eye on Salah Eddin Erahouli. Another plays for Olympic Club de Safi. Just come on, but quite the live wire out on the left flank. His appreciation there from his head coach, Tarek Sektiwi. Seem to have a thought here that it should have been a corner kick. The ball is lost there, but quickly sent airborne and now retrieved by Mohamed Boulaksit as the ball goes over the line for a throw-in. Morocco have been guilty of a couple of miscued clearances and haven't been made to pay for it just as yet. As more reinforcement is about to be introduced into that midfield, Bonaventura Fonseca will be the man that gets to come on next year for Senegal, their third roll of the die. Will actually be their fourth substitution of the game. Expected to step in. Haven't seen a lot from Mbaye Yaya Lai. Well, he was the man whose spot he took in the last lineup. Will he be the man he replaces? Turns out it will be Moussa Cissé. Man that he gets to replace. Cissé with a cannon of a shot earlier in the first half that forced a fine save from the goalkeeper. That was his most telling contribution to this game so far. Now he will be withdrawn, and in his place, Bonaventura Fonseca, man that plies his trade for US Oakam Dakar in Senegal. Just making a bit of an adjustment to his shoes. That's the momentary delay to restarting the game. Osama Louis. Hopefully those are his shooting boots. For the moment, Marwan Luadini has won 5 fouls in this game, more than any other player. The other coming closest to him is Cissé, Fox of Senegal, who's actually won 3 fouls so far. Played back to the goalkeeper. Parked clear. Anybody's ball for the taking. Senegal fast to raise their elevation of the game to attempt to pick that ball. Just goes over the line. It's a throw in. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Diouf. So the defense. They'll have to build from the back once again. Fonseca. Baye, Asane, Sis. Ba. Sis. Mark Phillips, Diouf. A long ball out onto the flank, trying to get Sarr into the game. Have to settle for a throw-in, which is taken quickly. Baye, Ndiaye, Fonseca. Support available from Baye, Yaya, Lai, and now that's sent out to the flank. Can they keep it in play? It took too much time to make up their mind on what they wanted to do with that ball. Daouda Ba. That just went out here for a goal kick. Started quickly by Morocco. Daouda Ba with the very unpleasant task of having to race the length of the pitch back into his position. This is Anas Bash. Carries the ball forward here for the Atlas Lions. That ball goes over the line. It's another throw in. 4 minutes left to play before time added on. And then it will be extra time and beyond. Pick up excellent. Through the center of the park, Hermat. Gets to bring Luadini into play. Has to get Erahuli. Just can't keep that within the perimeter of play. That's a throw in here for Senegal. Anxiety, restlessness from Souleymane Diallo. Navi moments here, knowing that one slip up could ultimately spell the end of their campaign in the championship. And the ball is slipped through. Lamloui fell to the ground. Astute defending as always from Baye Asane Sis. That was an excellent pass. Grine looking for Sama Lamelui. Will not dwell on that for too long. Erahuli. Twist and a turn. Getting it back to Erahuli. Can he make the cut back? Once again, the Rock in that defense by Asane Sis, the captain, putting the body on the line and turns that out here for a corner. Corner kick. Just another look at that instance. A neat through pass to get Louis in. And in a sequence of less than 1 minute, by Asane Sis has had to make two very telling clearances to keep Senegal in the running. The referee just urging the players to stop the tagging and the pulling in the box area. Corner played off the routine, looking for the far post. The ball goes over the line, and that's a goal kick. Just urging his charges to get back into the fray and keep the game running. Tarek Sektiwi. Another day that could have easily been a corner kick. The referee adjudging there was a foul there. Once again, another look at the telling contribution of Baye Asane Sis. Senegal looking to pick the pieces. The tail end of this game in the final 2 minutes. Omar Ba gets the ball in. That ball is teased away and cannot control. Out for a goal kick. Ooh, that was a nervous moment there for the North Africans. Omar Ba just bringing that under control, setting up his teammate. The interception from the captain, Hermat. Almost turning provider for Cissé. Just could not control that ball and goes over the line here for a goal kick. Goal kick it is. El Mehdi Al Harar not in a rush to get that restarted. Long ball brushed off. Layose scans space in the back line and plants the ball there firmly for them to attack. Good play. Gets Sa on the front foot, a chance here. Trying to slip that ball in, and that's a corner. As there's confirmation from the fourth official that we shall have not less than 4 minutes of time added. It's just the perfect cue there for Sulemani Diallo to introduce Ahmed Niang. Midfielder there from Jaraf de Dakar. The gentleman that will be brought in, and his socks clearly run dry. End of the game for Omar Ba. Player that definitely had a telling contribution on this game. Was the hero in the quarterfinals. Has played his 90 minutes and will play no further part in this semi-final clash. Corner. Headed away. Senegal have never lost a semi-final in open play. They're still quite in the running for this one. Morocco, on the other hand, are a team that never goes out of the 90 minutes when it comes to this point of the game. They've never gone to penalties. They've only had one game of extra time, and that was against Libya in 2018, the semi-finals. They normally get their business sorted out in the 90 minutes. It hasn't happened just as yet. Clearance is good. Looking to pick up the ball. Good play here from Ababakar Sa. Still holding on to the ball. Goes to the ground. Referee says nothing to it. Ayub Kairi. Kairi launches the ball up to the flank. The cross is in. It's inverted. Wanted clear. Neither team wants to make any mistakes in the defensive area, so plenty of clearances anticipated here for the next couple of minutes. Now they look to the layoff. It was easily read by the defense of Senegal. Cissé looking for support, not forthcoming, loses possession. And it's once again on the front foot here for the Atlas Lions. Raouli has possession, setting it in. Look for that deceptive through pass onto the flank once again. Can the Atlas Lions land a telling blow at this point of the game? Fonseca holding onto the ball and then rolling it away from the danger area. 3 minutes played, 2 still to do. The ball is put into touch here for a throw-in. Fatigue checking in, exhaustion mounting high, dehydration. All factors that now come into play, and the durability of the teams will be tested here. The attack played well up front, doing just enough from Marouane Louadini to put that into touch here for a throw-in. Look at Christian Gomis, who had a stint in the first 45 minutes, but was the first man to be hooked in the game. Ball is picked up well here by Kairi Ayub. Nice layoff, 1-2. Nakasut was the man anticipated to get onto the ball, but a timely intervention from Leose. Acrobatic clearance. Switching flanks, sending it out to the left. Ooh, almost failing to control that one, but they still have it in their possession. Bellamari. Well, not many options here for him. Raouli attempted to play the 1-2. The ball is teased out here now for a throw-in. Defending from Imeth Niang has just come into the game. There will be a free kick. Could potentially be the final bit of action in the second half. It's an attempt at a quick throw-in. Bit of a coming together of legs between Insa and Sabri Ogrini, the goal scorer here for Morocco in the first half. The background just taking a moment to hydrate Tarek Sektiwi. Final bit of action in the second half of the 90 minutes. 3-man wall. What can Morocco fashion out from this opportunity? Should be the final bit of play in this half. Swung in, averted. Goes out here for a corner. Corner kick. Oh, that tension could be cut with a knife. Moments and many would definitely not want to have on their side, but it's the beautiful game. That's what it does. Corner kick. Mohamed Blacksut whips it in, headed away, and that will be the final bit of action in the second half, and the curtain drops on the 90 minutes. It will be extra time in the semi-final. There must be a winner one way or another. Second half having some frantic action and the possibility of a red card, but in the end it's still all level between the two sides here at the Nelson Mandela Stadium. It's Morocco 1, Senegal 1.
From Dakar.